Welcome to Free and On the Road, and thanks for watching my coffee channel. So on the last episode of Making Recipes, we did a rosemary vanilla simple syrup, sugar-free. And today we are going to do a honey cinnamon simple syrup. I do a lot of my drinks with honey and cinnamon, and sometimes it's difficult when I'm doing the colder drinks to get it mixed in there properly if I'm just putting honey. So I'm going to go ahead and make it as a simple syrup so it's easier for me to pour into my drinks. So for a simple syrup, it's the same thing, basically 1 to 1. One times sweetener to 1 times water. Hey guys, before we get started, I just wanted to say, if you're enjoying the content and what I'm putting out there, please make sure that you hit the bell below and subscribe so you can get more of this. I really appreciate all of my followers. I apologize, it's taken me a little while to get caught back up again. We had some crazy family stuff going on, and as a lot of you know, our whole house has been in renovation since we moved into it. We had to bring this whole house down to the studs, and I'm super excited. We got the final electricity done in this pony wall that we built behind me, and we're gonna start getting all that put together. So my videos might be a little bit sporadic right now, and as I'm getting everything together, but don't worry, I'm trying to get caught back up again. If there's anything that you want to see or anything that you want to make sure that I am doing, let me know. I have a couple things in the works for some tutorials for the Breville. I have some, I had some requests of things that I needed to do a little bit more in detail, so I'm gonna do that for you guys. And I have a few more recipes that I've actually already had recorded before we had gone to Canada. Make sure that you like, follow, share, and subscribe on all my socials so you can keep up with what's going on. All of my long form coffee videos are on YouTube, but I have a lot of other fun, cool stuff on Instagram and Facebook as well. Well, thank you very much, and let's get to the show. All right, for today's recipe, I'm gonna do 1 cup honey and 1 cup water, only because I'm almost out of honey and I don't think I'll have enough to do 2 cups. I'm sure next time I'll do 2 cups just because I like to have more of it on hand. So you can always raise or bring down, you can bring it up or down based on the ratio. So the ratio is 1 to 1. Look, we're barely gonna make a cup. If you remember Pampered Chef, I think they're still around, but I got all these Pampered Chef things probably 20 years ago, 25 years ago actually. I love these measuring cups because when you put the liquid in there, you can just push it right out. So basically with any simple syrup, what we're going to do is we're going to put the sweetener, which in this case is the honey, and the water into a pot, and we're going to bring it to a boil, and then we're going to put in whatever we're flavoring it with and let it steep for like 20 minutes. So you think of a tea, it's kind of like steeping a tea or extracting those flavors. There's a couple other simple syrups that I really want to try making. I want to do one that is, that's coconut, almond, and vanilla, kind of like an almond joy. So I'm going to try practicing with a few things there to make that so we can make that sugar-free also. I have had a couple people comment and say how thankful they are to have some sugar-free options for their simple syrups because there are people that can't do sugar or they're diabetic or for whatever reason. I don't know if diabetics can do honey or not because I'm not diabetic, but I don't know where I was going with that. But anyway, I'm doing honey today. Most of my recipes will be made with monk fruit. I like monk fruit as my sweetener. So we're going to go ahead and put the honey into the pot, turn the pot on, and we're going to put the water into the pot. Then we're going to bring all of that to a boil. I'm sitting here debating if I should make it cinnamon vanilla or just cinnamon. I think I'm going to add a vanilla bean in there because I really, really love vanilla. So I think since I have some of these vanilla beans from my last recipe, I am going to go ahead and add one of those in there. So while I'm waiting for that to come to a boil, I'm going to prep my vanilla bean, cut down the center, open it up a little bit so I can get the yummy beans out. Get those yummy vanilla bean particles out of there. All right, and put those in my pot. Let's bring it to a boil. I don't know. You can't go wrong with vanilla. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to mix this up and bring it to a full rolling boil. Simple syrup is pretty simple to make. Anybody can make their own syrups at home. I've noticed that a lot of the simple syrups that are on the store market, the sugar-free syrups are made with sweeteners that I don't care for, and they have a funky aftertaste. So I find by making it at home, I can make it exactly how I want it. I know what additives and things are in there. I know if it's fresh or if it's not fresh. So I really do like making my own syrups at home. All right, you can see that we just got this up to a rolling boil. So we're going to go ahead and turn it off before it overflows. All right, turn that off before it overflows. All right, now we're going to go ahead, and I have this Ceylon cinnamon, and it's an organic cinnamon sticks that I got. And I am going to put 2 sticks right into the water. And then I'm going to take that vanilla bean that we took the insides out of and drop that in the water. We're going to put the lid on and let that steep for 20 minutes. All right, guys, welcome back. I don't know if I've told you this before, but we are in the middle of renovation, so please pardon all of this mess. We're just waiting for the electrician to want to come and do electrical. It is 100 degrees here in Oklahoma, and the electrician does not want to go in the attic right now. So anyway, there's my disclaimer for my house. I hope that when you guys watch along these videos, you can start seeing actual progress on our house. And that will be super exciting, because if you're watching my coffee channel, you also get to see my home renovations and changes. Anyway, we have here our honey, cinnamon, and vanilla simple syrup. I am going to we let this steep for 20 minutes. I'm actually going to take one of the cinnamon sticks out and put it right into my jar. And I'm debating if I'm going to put this vanilla bean in there. I think I'm going to put half in there because I'm going to have extra, and I'll put the other half in the other jar. So I'll put half of my vanilla bean right into this jar. Oh my gosh. You guys, that vanilla is spectacular. Okay. So first we're going to start by sieving out everything from our simple syrup. This is the honey, cinnamon, vanilla simple syrup. Okay. I got these handy little jars from Amazon, but I personally think I got them too small, so I'm going to order some more. They're great and they're cute, but I think I could have had them bigger for the amount of syrups that I would like to make. All right, so then we take and we fill up our jar. And that's our handy jar. And then I'll take the rest of it, my other cinnamon stick and my other vanilla, and I'll put it in this jar here so I can just refill my small jar as I need to. Okay. Normally when I make this, I would probably make a double batch just so I have extra. I use honey a lot. I use this honey simple syrup a lot in my drinks. I use them in my iced drinks. I use them in my hot drinks. I use them with my cold foam. Sometimes I mix them with the espresso. So when I make a honey cortado now, instead of putting the honey at the bottom, like I have been in my previous videos, like I put the thick honey at the bottom, I'll just add 1 ounce of this to my espresso and it'll mix in a lot easier. So there you have a beautiful jar of honey, cinnamon, vanilla. It smells good. I wish you guys could smell this. Simple syrup that you can use in any of your coffee drinks, any of your tea drinks. This would be great. You know, this would be great on a matcha, like if you put it in your I use almond milk, but if you put it like with your almond milk and put it on top of your matcha, that would be really good. I know a lot of people do those like soda drinks. This would be really good in one of those soda drinks. So, I mean, it's a very versatile syrup that you can use for practically anything that you would use a sweetener for. Honey, cinnamon, simple syrup. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Thank you for following Free and on the Road. I really appreciate it. All your likes, follows, and subscribes help me build the channel and keep doing more things like this. If you've enjoyed the simple syrup recipes, make sure you comment below. If there's a simple syrup recipe that you want to know how to make, let me know and I'll try to make it. Just remember, my simple syrups, I always make them either sugar-free or with honey. I might do a maple one a little ways down the road. I do like using maple sometimes, but I try really hard to stick with either sugar-free or honey syrups. Also, if you really want to support me and you want to help me grow this channel more, down below in the links is Buy Me a Coffee. Anything that you donate there helps me to build my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, keep on brewing. Let's make an iced honey cinnamon latte with Epicurean Hope Roast. Start with a shot of espresso. Pour over ice. Add some honey cinnamon. Give it a good shake. Add your favorite milk of choice. I used almond milk. Look at that. Give it a stir and give it a taste.